Donald Trump is panicking, with Adelita Grijalva's signature being the 218th needed to bring a vote to release the Epstein files. Trump is hammering Truth Social, trying to change the narrative away from Epstein and back to the shutdown. We have new Epstein emails released that tie Donald Trump to child sex trafficking victims. But Donald Trump doesn't want to talk about that. He's refusing to answer any questions about those documents, and instead trying to bring the narrative back around to the shutdown. But now that the shutdown is over, the blowback keeps growing. After much delay, Adelita Grijalva has finally been sworn in, and she has added her signature to that document. So we're going to get into all of that right now. And if you can, first, please leave a like and subscribe on this video for more content like this. And now let's take a look at what got us here. Donald Trump does not want people talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He has made that clear time and time again. And now that the government has reopened and there are enough signatures to force a vote on releasing the Epstein files, this is what he has taken to Truth Social to say. The Democrats are trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax again because they will do anything at all to deflect on how badly they've done on the shutdown and so many other subjects. And then he goes on to call Republicans stupid if they vote to release the Epstein files. He wants this to be a game of politics and not morality, because he loses on that front. He says here that there should be no deflections to Epstein or anything else, because he wants the narrative focused on the shutdown. And again, you can see another post calling the Jeffrey Epstein evidence a hoax to try to deflect. And in reality, if anyone's trying to deflect from anything, Donald Trump is trying to deflect from the evidence in the Epstein files that link him and other powerful, prominent men around the world to child sex trafficking. Thankfully, there are some in the Republican Party who may just fall on the right side of history that are actually looking to out the people that were involved in the sex trafficking of children and to not protect the pedophiles that are in these documents.
You've been outspoken about releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files to the public, including the names of individuals involved in his sex trafficking network. Now, Democrats have been calling for that too, along with some of the other Republicans, but most of your party is pushing back and stalling. Why do you think that is? Because if President Trump is not implicated in there, what is exactly being protected here?
I have no idea, but it seems like very rich and powerful men are being protected. And I will sign anybody's resolution, and I'll get on board with anyone's push to release those files, because this is about women, especially when they were teenagers, were victims of rape and sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. And according to the victims, there's a list of men that they haven't released yet. They are afraid of lawsuits. They're afraid of it. And I said I would read the list for them on the House floor because I have speech and debate protection there. However, I also think that this is about all victims of human trafficking, children that are being molested or raped, any men and women that are held in some sort of sexual abuse situation. What does our government say to them if the government will not release the information on the most famous convicted pedophile in history? What is that message back? And I think it's horrendous.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene says that there are powerful men in the Epstein files. As much as Donald Trump doesn't want to talk about it, he is absolutely linked to Jeffrey Epstein. He tried to say previously that he had a falling out with Jeffrey Epstein because Jeffrey was stealing girls from him from Mar-a-Lago. And he goes on to claim that he hasn't had contact with Jeffrey Epstein since. But now that the emails are starting to leak, you're actually starting to see quite a bit of contact between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump. So what are they trying to hide in these files? What we're going to look at is why the longest shutdown in the history of America occurred. And while it is about government funding, SNAP benefits, feeding the hungry, the starving, the poor, a huge part of it is not swearing in Adelita Grijalva, who would be the 218th signature on the document to bring a vote to release the Epstein files. Speaker Mike Johnson wanted you to believe that Grijalva had all the same tools at her disposal so that she could represent her constituents properly in Congress. A month ago, this is what she was posting on social media.
Hi friends, Adelita Grijalva, Congresswoman-elect from Arizona. So this is cool, right? Look at what happened. We got access to the office. Check out this super cool printer. I can't print to it though because I don't have a government email. So in the office, we have several desktops. They have an administrator passcode. I don't have that. Check out this cool stack of laptops. Guess what? I can't unlock them. So I found this stack of flags when we came into the office. So if you're waiting for a flag from Arizona CD7, I'm sorry, I don't have a budget to be able to mail these to you. This is where I've been on a personal laptop to do Zooms. Yes, I have access to an office, but it's kind of like someone saying, here's a car, and it doesn't have an engine, gas, or tires. I'm unable to have services in district. Democrats are here working. I'm here working, and I'm not even sworn in yet. We need to get to work, get on the floor, and negotiate so we can reopen the government. This Republican shutdown needs to end.
And here we can see data since 2001 on the longest delays to swear in elected House members. By far, Adelita Grijalva has been the longest. Mike Johnson was asked about that after he had sworn in 2 Republicans within 24 hours of them being elected in their special elections. Let's see what excuses he had to make when asked that question.
There have been Republicans sworn in during pro forma sessions, so why should it be different for a Democrat?
A great question. There was a unique exception made when the 2 Florida representatives were sworn in earlier this year after winning a special election. And the only reason we did that is because it was previously noticed for that date and they flew all their families and friends in for the ceremony. So because they were here and the session got canceled, we just went ahead and did it because their families were here. That's the main purpose of it. But,
so if she flies in her family, would you guys do it?
All of us, she'll get the full bells and whistles. It
You understand how this looks,
because
right?
we don't schedule things for pro forma. No, but they're trying to make an issue out of nothing. I've looked forward to welcoming her. She's congratulated for having won her father's seat. He served a long time. She'll have a great career. But, again, these are distractions. We have to get the government open so that we can get all these regular processes working again. That's all this is.
I don't know about you, but all I hear is bluster and deflection. Adelita spelled it out perfectly here. Spare us the patronizing bless her heart comments. It took Speaker Johnson less than 24 hours to swear in his Republican colleagues. He's stalling because he's scared of his puppet master, Donald Trump. This delay is not about process, it's about obstruction. And it is Hakeem Jeffries who states this very well.
It's unbelievable that for 7+ weeks, Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva was elected in late September decisively, has been denied the ability to serve more than 800,000 people in Arizona. And why is that the case? It's because Republicans are running a pedophile protection program. They are intentionally hiding the Jeffrey Epstein files. But those days are over, because as soon as Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva becomes Congresswoman Grijalva, her first act, as she's indicated, is going to be to sign that discharge petition. It's going to force a vote on the House floor, and the American people are going to get the transparency that they deserve.
Finally, Speaker Mike Johnson was forced to swear in Adelita Grijalva into Congress.
Will Representative-elect Grijalva and members of the Arizona delegation present themselves in the well? And all members will rise. And the representative-elect will raise her right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, you're now a member of the United States Congress.
Immediately after being sworn in, her very first action was to add her signature to the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
Under Clause 5 of Rule 20, the chair announces to the House that in light of the administration of the oath of the gentleman from Arizona, the whole number of the House is now 433.
So they do their little photo op, and check out this moment from Adelita Grijalva when asked why it took so long for her to get sworn in.
Handshake. Handshake.
Yeah.
We'll leave the camera to it.
That's a big one.
Congresswoman, why did it take so long to get sworn in?
Thank you guys. That would be another. That would not be my question.
This is look, I really like this lady. She's going to be an excellent member of Congress. She's a great person. I just told her on the way in that she fills her father's shoes, or she's going to try. No one can.
No one can.
You could see that when asked the question, she just shrugs and looks at Mike Johnson. That's the answer. He's the reason that she wasn't sworn in. Donald Trump is the reason that she wasn't sworn into Congress. Jeffrey Epstein and the files are why she wasn't sworn into Congress. But Mike Johnson would never, ever say that. Instead, he tries to patronize her. Once Adelita Grijalva was sworn in, she gets to take the floor. She gets her voice to be heard. And she excoriates the Republicans and Mike Johnson, calling it an absolute abuse of power.
What is most concerning is not what this administration has done, but what the majority in this body has failed to do. Hold Trump accountable as a co-equal branch of government that we are. It has been 50 days since the people of Arizona's 7th Congressional District elected me to represent them. 50 days that over 800,000 Arizonans have been left without access to the basic services that every constituent deserves. This is an abuse of power. One individual should not be able to unilaterally obstruct the swearing in of a duly elected member of Congress for political reasons.
Make no mistake about it, now that she is sworn in, now that her signature is on that document, it is time to release the Epstein files. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I will continue to bring more information about this to the forefront and to the American people.